Do it. There we go. Here we go, buddy. We are live. What's up?
What's happening, everybody? It is week 13, FL season, Big Bet Bros, your weekly NFL sports wagering podcast. And we're back from a little break last week. Schedules didn't line up. Hunter was out of town, and I was out of town. We never could get on here together to make it happen. So we're back for week 13. Funny part is Hunter went 5-2 this week whenever he didn't put his picks out there. So I didn't even track mine this week, but
Well,
it was decent.
and it's not lost on me how it looks. I just happened to take a break and go missing the week after I went 0-5. So yeah. I realize how it looks, but I was in the woods hunting this past week, and I got a really nice buck. So life's okay, I guess.
Yeah, dude. It was all. Yeah, we did have a rough week. Week 11. We had a rough week 11.
Oh yeah,
But
dude,
we're gonna
it
move
was.
past that, and we're on to week 13. So it's all good. We're gonna pick these games. It's gonna be a good slate, and yeah, man, I'm excited. Have you checked all these out, Hunter? Are you pretty up to speed on what's going on? We got Thanksgiving, we got Black Friday, obviously on the weekend. You ready to go?
Absolutely ready to go.
Okay. Well, man, we're going to start out. We got our first Thanksgiving Day game. We got the Bears taking on the Lions on the road. So Lions are 10.5-point favorites at home. Pretty much across the board, the Lions 10.5. It doesn't matter what sports book you're looking at. This is kind of about what we expected. We've talked about the Lions have had major spreads really for the last month. They've all been crazy. This one seems crazy too, but they're covering them. Dude, they're just smoking people. So Lions have been on Thanksgiving forever. I don't know if they've ever been a 10.5-point favorite. What say you on this game? What are you thinking?
I'm gonna take the bait. I'm gonna go ahead and take Lions minus 10.5. They've just been rolling, and this is kind of their signature game. They've been doing this. They were like the original Thanksgiving game. I think them and the Cowboys, right? So I think they're in position this year to really have an epic showing, and I think that they're gonna destroy the Bears. So I took the Lions minus 10.5.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm not going to play this one. If I was going to play it, I would go the opposite route, and I would take the Bears to cover. But like we just talked about, the Lions have absolutely been smoking people. If there's anybody that can cover these and they're covering them consistently, it's the Lions. So I also want to talk about, before we get too deep into these picks, a few weeks ago we were talking about how the public has won at a rate this year that's never been seen before, and that is still happening. In fact, DraftKings announced that they had to cut like their distributions and their profit earnings or something like that. They had to cut things out by $250 million because they're so far down. Now, what I think has happened though is we've never seen this before because betting is more available now to people than it ever has been, right? So
Correct.
I think it's taken the sports books a little bit of time to adjust, and maybe people are pretty damn good at this stuff. Maybe the sports books aren't the only ones that know how to do this. So it's definitely going to be an adjustment period, I think, to see what happens the second half of the year. Is the public going to keep winning at this rate that they've been on? And obviously, historically, you would say no, it's going to turn around. So we will see. But obviously, the public is all over the Lions there. I would go the other side with the Bears, but I'm not going to touch it. So next game up, Giants on the road at the Cowboys. Cowboys are 4-point favorites at home. Giants are in shambles. Got rid of Daniel Jones. They looked awful last week. Dude, you probably didn't watch this. The first pass that DeVito dropped back, the Giants offensive line, I mean, he absolutely just got crushed. I mean, this is another one where I really like the Cowboys. I think if I was going to do this, I would probably go Cowboys minus the 3 because even with Dak being out, the Giants are just absolutely god awful. So I am going to play this. I'm going to go Cowboys minus 3 here on Thanksgiving.
I like it.
We got that locked in here. So Cowboys minus 3. That is my pick on that game.
Okay. I'm staying away from it. Dude, the
Okay.
Cowboys have been, I mean, they've been awful. Don't get me wrong, but this is just two awful teams. I could see this going either way. I really have no pulse on. I mean, any other year, this would be Cowboys. Wouldn't even hesitate if it was this line, but I'm just going to stay away. So.
Okay. We got Dolphins taking on the Green Bay Packers up in Lambeau. Dude, the Packers rolled the Niners this weekend. Absolutely rolled them.
Yeah, they did. That was one of the games I lost. I took the Niners +7, I think. I even bought a half a point because the line was 6.5, and I just got absolutely crushed. So, yeah, Packers are rolling, and they're playing at home this week.
That's a good bet, though. I mean, that was a good bet.
Yeah. What you got?
No, I'm not going to play it. So the Packers are 3-point favorites against the Dolphins, which I would tend to go with the Packers here because especially being cold weather up in Lambeau, Miami have to go up there. This seems like a natural no-brainer pick. Dolphins are playing better though. Dolphins are playing better. I would lean towards the Packers here, but
okay.
I'm not gonna touch this one. I'm
Okay.
gonna touch it.
I wasn't really thinking this morning when I put this in. I'm playing this. I wasn't really thinking when I put this game in, I guess, because, yeah, it's getting to be that time of year where the cold weather is really starting to take shape, especially in Green Bay, Wisconsin. So this feels like an awful pick, but my bet slip is what my bet slip is. I'm taking the Miami Dolphins +3.5. This doesn't feel right because we saw how bad they are when they have to play in cold weather, and that's what they're going to be doing this week. But I also think the Miami Dolphins are back to full strength. Tua's looking great. The offense is humming like it's supposed to. You know, Jalen Waddle looking great. A-Chain's looking great. Like they're humming right along. So I really like the Dolphins +3.5, even though some of the weather elements are not in my favor at all. But I'm still going to pick them. Miami Dolphins +3.5.
Okay, I like it, dude. I don't think that's a stupid pick at all. I mean, I think that it's a pretty big overreaction on the Packers of how they played last week. They are obviously coming off a very, very, very good game. I don't think that's a bad pick at all. You're getting the Dolphins with 3 there. They're more than capable of going up there and keeping that close like that. So I do think it's going to be a close football game. Next one, we got the Raiders here in Kansas City on Black Friday. I'll be at that game. I'm super excited to go to that. The Chiefs have a majorly large spread here. All right. They are 13-point favorites at home. This is an interesting one because we've seen the Chiefs the Chiefs have not really covered large spreads this year. They kind of got on a roll for about 2 weeks in a row where they covered 2 spreads that were large.
Like the Saints.
And now they're favored by 13. Yeah. Now they're favored by 13. This feels like what we've traditionally done all along is we're taking the Raiders side here. I mean, the Raiders to keep it close.
Absolutely.
That's what okay. So that's what you're doing?
Yeah, I'm taking the Raiders +13. It could be an outright win. I mean, I'm not going to say that that's likely, but I mean, this is the team that beat the Chiefs last year on Christmas Day when everything was trending in the opposite direction. Like the Chiefs were starting to finally play good, and then the Raiders just absolutely ruined Christmas. You know, stole Christmas from them like the Grinch, but 13 is just way too many points. This is probably my favorite pick of the week. Las Vegas Raiders +13 against the Kansas City Chiefs at Arrowhead.
So here's why I'm hesitant on that. Because it feels so natural and it feels so right. The Chiefs just came off a 3-point freaking win at Carolina, where obviously a win's a win. Defense didn't play well. The offense is getting better and better and better and better. Dude, I think this is exactly the spot where the Chiefs do come out and absolutely blow them out. Like that's what I feel. You know, dude, I think they're kind of getting to the point now where it's like it's boring. Okay, the regular season is boring, but now they've got haters. All right, now the Chiefs have haters, and we know what happens when the Chiefs start getting doubted. Okay, we've seen it over and over and over and over. So, man, this really makes me want to take the Chiefs to cover this. It makes me want to take them to cover it because what Justin just said, Raiders have no quarterback. Yet the Panthers have Bryce Young too, and he looked amazing. He played great on Sunday.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know what to do on this game. But I think I've got to take the Chiefs. I've got to take them.
Okay.
Just because it's my gut feeling. It's my gut. I don't know why. Obviously, I'm just like you traditionally. It's Raiders covering this all day. I just think the Chiefs are in a spot where they tell everybody to shut the F up. That's what I think this is. So,
yeah,
Chiefs minus 13.
I could definitely see I could buy one minus 14. Justin's buying a point, and he's going Chiefs minus 14. That's awesome.
Okay.
So, dude, I like that. Like, I know that I bet the opposite way, but think about it like this. If there's two universes, I could see it right down the middle either way. I could see it where the Chiefs, it's a super close game, they win by a field goal. But I could also see, a reality where, like you said, this is where the Raiders, might have to pay for everything. Antonio Pierce, head coach, saying that we got the recipe to beat the Chiefs. You've got the Kermit the Frog puppet from training camp. I'm here. Like, just making fun of Mahomes. Like, this is potentially a spot where the Chiefs could absolutely boat race them, beat them 41-14. DeAndre Hopkins has 2 TDs. Noah Gray has 1. Kelsey has 1. Xavier Worthy has 1. Kareem has 1. Like, it could be that kind of game. So I see what you're saying. I totally see what you're saying.
Well, the biggest question mark right now, and I think they've got to be tired of hearing about it. The Chiefs defense the last 4 weeks has been very suspect. Okay. And they've talked about it on sports radio here a lot in Kansas City about in the last 4 games, the defense, all they've had to do is get off the field at the end of the game. Just get one stop, game's over. And they have failed to do that 4 times. Starting with Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers, tying that game and sending it to overtime. Same thing with the Broncos. They didn't get off the field. They got lucky with the blocked field goal. Obviously they couldn't keep Bryce Young and the Panthers out of the end zone this last week. And they allowed the 2-point conversion. Patrick Mahomes has to go down and they got to kick a field goal. They get Omenu back. Okay, week. They get Pacheco back this week. We will see how much of a difference he can make on that defensive line because right now they're predictable on defense. They're having to blitz somebody every time they need something, and they're not getting pressure with 4. So I think last year we were like, I can't remember what we were in sacks. We were one of the top teams in the league last year in sacks. Right now we're like 27th. We're not getting there at all, which is causing issues. Plus, you take Jalen Watson out of the back end on that defense, and they're picking on Najee Johnson. The cornerbacks, are struggling. So
Shamari Connor's getting some dumb penalties.
I know that the Raiders. Yeah, the defense. I think this is a week for them to step up. Offense is rolling, dude. Offense is only going to continue to add. We're going to continue to get better. We're going to have Hollywood Brown come back at some point. Like I said, we're getting Pacheco back. DeAndre Hopkins is going to continue to get more action. He'll get more action as the year goes and be, fully ready to go by the time the playoffs are here. I'm not worried about the offense at all. It's can the defense get back to what they were doing earlier in the year. So anyway, I'm going Chiefs minus the 13, and let's move on. Unless you got anything to add on it.
No. Jordan Powell said Raiders are going to win. I just don't see. But then he said, I just don't see Aiden running that offense. Obviously, haven't been high scoring much this year, but the Raiders won't be able to score. Last thing I'll add, how many times do we see when a team has like a not very good quarterback? I would say Gardner Minshew's in that camp. The backup comes in and they actually get a bit of a lift. That could be the case this week. So this, honestly, for all the reasons we're talking about, this is going to be a really interesting game, dude. It's kind of unpredictable. I'm really excited to see what happens. And Jordan, stop trolling us, dude. We can't handle it. We don't have thick skin like you, man. All right, well, let's move on.
Well, next game, we got the Titans taking on the Commanders. All right, Commanders coming off a really disappointing loss. Made that game close. That game was crazy. It was like 9-10, 10-9, and going into the fourth quarter or something like that. Anyway, Commanders are 5.5-point favorites at home against the Titans. Titans had a huge win. I finally got some money this weekend when I bet the Titans to cover. Thank you. They finally did it. They actually won the freaking game outright. Unbelievable. But Commanders 5.5-point favorites at home. I'm not touching this one. I don't like I hate the 5.5 area. It pisses me off. I'm not touching it.
Yeah, I'm not touching it either.
Okay.
Yeah.
Moving on. Steelers at the Bengals. Bengals are 3-point home favorites against Mike Tomlin and the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Steel Curtain, coming off a big loss on Thursday Night Football to the Browns, which I had that one. I wish we would have, man, dude, I told you right whenever we weren't filming, I said, man, I got 2 units on the freaking Browns, and it came through. But this is interesting, dude. Why are the Bengals favorites?
I don't know, but I am betting this game. Are you?
Tell me what you got. Talk me into this.
Okay, so I kind of took your strategy a bit. I did an alternate line. I'm doing Pittsburgh Steelers plus 3.5. I might regret this because, you know, this is usually the time of year where the Bengals are locked in and they are, you know, when their back's against the wall, they always pull through. But man, this year, it seems like no matter how well the offense plays, because they're playing at like a historic level, they just cannot win football games. And I really think that the Bengals defense is going to continue to struggle. This is a division rival game. This division has been probably the most entertaining division to watch. I don't know about you, but dude, there's been so many upsets. Like the Browns have beat the Ravens. The Steelers have been doing some wild stuff. It's just not what's typical. So I am gonna go Steelers plus 3.5 here. You know, I'm hoping that even if the Bengals do end up winning, that it's by field goal at the very last second or even possibly overtime. I really like this bet. Hope I don't regret it.
I'm with you. Steelers plus 3.5. I like it. Yeah, the Bengals can't stop anybody. I think the Steelers bounce back. This is giving me the Steelers, taking it. I'm good. So, Colts at Patriots. Colts are 3-point favorites on the road in New England. This is another game with, you know, kind of crappy teams. I'm going the Colts here. I'm taking the Colts minus the 2 though. Okay, because you're right now -3 is at plus 100 at even money. I'm taking the Colts minus the 2 here on the road.
Okay. Any reason for that?
You on Patriots?
No.
I think
this.
they're the better team. I think they're the better team. Here. I think that Anthony Richardson, I like him in the spot. I just like the Colts better than the Patriots right here. I feel like this should be a little bit larger of a spread. I know the Patriots have kind of looked okay at times here with Drake May, but I'm going with the Colts on the road. You know, they're still fighting for a potential playoff spot. You know, the Bengals are 4-7, the Colts are 5-7. It's obviously a long shot but they have an opportunity potentially still with that last wild card spot if they can put together some wins here. So I'm taking the Colts.
Okay. Yeah. I'm
Next one. Okay. We've got the Texans on the road at Jacksonville. The Texans are 5-point favorites going on the road to Jacksonville. This is another one I don't really like. I would want to take the Texans, but I don't want to take them with the points on the road. So I'm not going to play this game.
Okay. I'm not either. The Texans are clearly trending down. And then the Jaguars, like, you just don't know what they are week to week. Like, they seem like a pretty bad team, but then every now and then, they'll hang with a really good team. So I don't really have a feeling on this game, so I'm just going to stay away from it.
Okay. We got the Vikings and the Cardinals now. We got Cardinals 3.5-point underdogs on the road at Minnesota.
Okay.
I like the Vikings here. Okay. I like the Vikings here, but it's at 3.5. I'm going to take that to 3. So I'm going Vikings minus the 3. Yeah, my reasoning here is I just think Minnesota's better. I think Minnesota's better. They're at home. The one good thing for the Cardinals is that it's at least in a dome. They're not having to go play up north in cold weather. But I like the Vikings. I like the Vikings here. So I think Sam Darnold's going to get back on track too. He started the year out smoking, and he struggled with turnovers. Their offense has sputtered kind of the last few weeks, but I think they get right against that Cardinals defense, and I think their defense can handle Kyler Murray and the Cardinals. So that's my pick. Vikings minus 3.
Okay. Man, I really like that pick. I'm tempted to hop on it with you, but I don't want to jinx you.
Dude, hop on, man. Hop on the wagon.
All right.
1, 2, 3.
You said Vikings minus 3?
Vikings minus 3.
Okay. All right. Getting that in. That's an alternate line. Minus 137. So the profit's not going to be great, but when you win, it don't matter. Just kidding. All right, what you got next?
So, I only have one more game that I'm playing here.
Okay.
I'm not touching the Seahawks and Jets. I'm not touching that game. Jets are 2.5-point dogs at home. I don't want to play that game. I don't want to play the Buccaneers on the road at Panthers. Buccaneers are 6-point favorites on the road against Carolina. The tempting pick there is to take Carolina because of the recency bias and what they're doing. But I don't want to take that. And then go ahead.
The tempting thing to do in my eyes is to take the Buccaneers to cover that because Baker Mayfield revenge game, he almost.
So is that what you're doing?
No, I'm not. But I'm saying, like, it's tempting. His career, we all thought his career was possibly over, and then he went to Carolina, and we're like, "Ooh, dude, it might really be over. He's washed because it's such a bad organization." And he might have a chance to, kind of beat up on his old alma mater or whatever they want to say. But I'm gonna stay away from it.
Okay. No, and I mean, how long was he even there? Was he even there a full season? So that's kind of like how much revenge.
Yeah, he was.
You love your revenge games, dude.
Yeah,
you love the revenge games.
He was there, and then he got cut, and then he went to the Rams for like 2 games. Is that correct? Justin Day's saying Tampa minus 6.
To be honest,
anyway.
Justin Day, Tampa minus 6. Okay.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and that is probably the pick. I mean, that's probably the pick because people are taking the Panthers to cover, thinking they're playing better. But clearly Tampa's the better team. I mean, the Panthers are what they are. We've seen a large enough sample size. They've just played better the last few weeks. So Rams on the road at the Saints. Rams are 3-point favorites. This is one where I want to take the Rams, but I want to take it like minus the 2, not the 3. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to play that. And the Rams have been disappointing. I had them I had them on Sunday night, and to cover. I can't even. God, who are they freaking playing? Um,
Eagles.
anyway, they didn't. They did not make that game very close at the end. Oh, Philly. Yeah, Eagles. So that was disappointing. I am playing. Are you playing the Rams and Saints?
No, sir.
Okay. I am playing this 49ers and Bills matchup.
Okay.
Bills are 7-point home favorites here. And I am going to be on the side of the road underdog here. I am taking the Niners.
I respect that.
Here's why. Okay. I think the Niners, honestly, I think the Niners can go in there and win. All right. I think the Niners can go in there and win. Bills are coming off a bye week. Okay. Bills are coming off. Their previous game was obviously a huge win over Kansas City. The Niners are fighting for their lives right now. Okay. And history. I mean, the Niners are, I don't care. They're struggling right now. Is Brock Purdy back? Going to be back this week? I'm guessing not with the line this way.
Let me look because he's my fantasy quarterback.
This to me feels like this just feels to me like a game when the Bills come out and lay a dud against a team that they shouldn't with the way that the things are right now. I like the 49ers here. I don't know why. It's a gut feeling. It's probably stupid. Obviously, the Bills are rolling, but I still think this game can be close. That's at 7 right now. That's a backdoor cover in a 2-score game. So I'm going to go 49ers. I'm not going to buy it to 8 because it's already at -120 at +7. So I'm going to go Niners plus the 7.
Okay. I'm gonna do the same thing. Brock Purdy is likely to be back. He's projected 19.2 fantasy points. So I'm gonna just assume that he's coming back. Maybe that's dumb of me, but even if he's not back, we just know that the scheme for the 49ers, people can look great in this offense, regardless of who's missing sometimes. So, yeah, I think the 49ers were a giant letdown last week. And, even if their backup has to play again, I don't think it's going to be as bad as it was last week. So I really actually like this bet here. I'll roll with you on that. Can you hear me?
Everything got really laggy right there. That's the first time it's happened to me on with your camera. But yeah, I think I like that pick. 49ers plus the 7. Last pick of the week, Browns at the Broncos, Monday Night Football. Broncos are 5.5-point home favorites here against the Browns. This is, man, I'll probably end up playing this, but I'm not going to play it on the show. I think I've got 6 picks already locked in. So I'm sticking with those 6. But dude, the Broncos have been so much better. They struggled with the Raiders this last weekend, which a divisional game against a team that sucks. I mean, that you see that happen all the time. But the Broncos, dude, the Broncos are playing really good football. I don't like it. I don't like the fact that the Broncos have a quarterback that looks like he's not phenomenal. I'm happy that that's their quarterback. If that's what we're gonna have to deal with, the problem is he's gonna be on a rookie deal for 4 more years, and they're gonna be able to build around him. So yeah, they're gonna be a problem for the Chiefs. But I'm not gonna touch this game. Browns, Jameis Winston. I actually like the Browns in this spot again, but I'm not gonna play it as of now.
Okay. I'm not playing that game, but one game we didn't talk about that I am playing. Dude, I'm playing too many games this week. Let's be honest. This could be a big disaster for me, but we're having fun. I'm playing the Philadelphia Eagles and Ravens. Man, I think the Philadelphia Eagles are officially back, dude. They look fantastic right now, and this is somebody I really dislike the Eagles. So like that's me trying to be objective about them. They look fantastic, whether I like it or not. And the Ravens have had some really, really slow starts. So I really like the Philadelphia Eagles +3. I'm going to go ahead and take that. Love them as underdogs. Justin Day saying Eagles
is that game?
money line.
I don't know how I'm missing that. I'm not seeing that on my list here.
It's Sunday at 3:25 p.m.
That's weird. Huh. Okay.
Yeah, Eagles at Ravens, and I'm taking Eagles +3.
I like it. I like it, dude.
Yeah, man.
I like that. That's solid. That's solid. So, all right, brother. Well, I'm gonna go through mine and highlight those, and then you go through yours, and we'll get off here. We'll let the people go.
Okay, sounds good, buddy.
First one up, Giants at Cowboys. I got the Cowboys -3. Raiders at the Chiefs. Chiefs -13, going against everything in me right there. But that's the feeling. Steelers at the Bengals. Steelers +3.5. Colts at the Patriots. Colts -2. Cardinals at the Vikings. Vikings -3. Niners at Bills on Sunday night. I got the Niners +7. Those are my 6 picks for the week.
Okay. So I've got Minnesota Vikings. Okay, let me back up. I've got Minnesota Vikings -3 at home against the Arizona Cardinals. I've got the Detroit Lions -10.5 Thanksgiving game at home against the Chicago Bears. I've got the Pittsburgh Steelers +3.5 at the Cincinnati Bengals. I've got the Miami Dolphins +3.5 at the Green Bay Packers. I've got the Philadelphia Eagles +3 at the Baltimore Ravens. I've got the Las Vegas Raiders +13 at Arrowhead Stadium. They're playing the Kansas City Chiefs. And then I've got the San Francisco 49ers. What was it, +7? San Francisco
+7.
49ers. San Francisco 49ers +7 at the Buffalo Bills. Whew. Way too many games to be betting.
You got a lot of games.
But golly, I know.
It's fun. Like you said, it's fun. So,
yeah.
Well, man, hey, it's going to be a good week. I can feel it. Dude, it's going to be so cold at Arrowhead on Friday. I'm not really looking forward to that, but I'm going to have to bundle up, have some nice drinks that warm you up, some hot chocolate maybe. And, yeah, it's going to be fun out there. Dude, we're going to roll the Raiders. I can feel it. We are going to freaking roll them.
All right, man.
If we don't, we don't. But
yeah. God, we're due.
Hey, happy Thanksgiving to everybody.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving. I'm really, really looking forward to it. I wish I was seeing you for Thanksgiving, but you're going to be up north. I'm going to be down south. So,
hey, that's why we're getting together here. That's why we're getting it. Hey, make sure you eat lots of turkey. Make sure you eat that stuffing. And, yeah, dude, just fill up. Fill up. We know you're on a diet. Now's the time to binge, okay? And I like that idea, Justin. Do a wife episode. I keep telling Amanda she needs to get on here and pick a game. She's too scared. She's too scared.
Well, we'll arrange it. So one of these weeks we'll get that. That's a great idea, man. I appreciate it. But until next time, guys, we'll see you hopefully next week. So,
all right, peace out, everybody. Have a good one. Happy Thanksgiving.
All right, happy Thanksgiving.